Are you ready to rock?
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it. The coolest rock podcast online. From San Francisco, where all the geeks rock and rock lives on. This is your Rock and Roll Geek Show with Michael Butler.
Thank you, Joe Coyne. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name is Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Thursday, October 17th, 2019, and it's 6:17 when I'm recording this episode. I'm going to open up my second Tecate of the day. I'm going to take a sip, and I'm going to dedicate it to my good friend Joe Klein because he made an announcement today on his Facebook that he has cancer. He told me this last week, and I got really, really upset about it. And he went in for a PET scan. This is a little update he has not talked about on the Facebook. He went in for a PET scan, which is where they found a cancer on his neck or something like that, or in his lymph nodes, and and they found out. Then they did a biopsy on it, and they said, "Well, it's cancer. You have cancer." So he told me that. I got really upset, man, and so he was going in for a PET scan so they could scan the rest of his body to see if the cancer had spread. And I was awaiting the bad news, and he called me when he got the news and told me that the cancer had not spread. So that was a godsend. But he does have cancer, so I'm asking everybody to please continue your prayers for my good friend Joe Klein, okay? Please, friends, because he's a good friend of mine, and I love the guy. I absolutely love the guy, and he does my show opens. Well, tonight, I am going to follow up with bummer news about Joe Klein having cancer with, well, this week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees were announced, and it's a pretty good list, and I thought on this episode we would go deep analysis on the 2020 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. But before we do that, I'm going to play a song. This is a brand new song from Wyldlife. They have a new single, 2 songs. I'm going to play side 1 of the single. This is called Neon Nightmare. This is my actually first time hearing this. I have not actually listened to this. So here's Neon Nightmare from Wyldlife. Wyldlife.
I've been hunting something, but I just can't grab it. My night vision's depleted. Tried my acoustic tendencies, picked up electric habits. I think it's just what I needed. I sit back and bore you
There you go. Brand new Wyldlife. That was great. A big +1. Okay. So this week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame came out with their nominees for 2020 for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it's a pretty good list. A lot more rock on this list than not rock. So I figured we would go deep. We do a deep dive analysis into this. First, I'm going to announce the nominees. Okay. Pat Benatar was nominated. This is her first nomination. Dave Matthews Band, first nomination. Depeche Mode, this is their third time being nominated. The Doobie Brothers, first time being nominated. Whitney Houston, first time being nominated. We'll do the commentary afterwards, friends, so don't start cringing just yet. Judas Priest, this is their second time being nominated. Oh, by the way, Judas Priest was eligible in 1999. Doobie Brothers, 1996, eligible. Whitney Houston, eligible in 2009. Dave Matthews was just eligible last year. Depeche Mode, 2006, and Pat Benatar was eligible in 2004. Also nominated, Kraftwerk. This is their sixth time being nominated. They were eligible in 95. The MC5, fifth time being nominated. They were eligible in 91. Motorhead, eligible in 2002. This is their first time being nominated. 9 Inch Nails, third time being nominated. They were eligible in 2014. The Notorious B.I.G. This is his first year being eligible and his first time being nominated. Rufus featuring Chaka Khan. Eligible in 99. This is their fourth time being nominated. Todd Rundgren, second nomination. He was eligible in 95. Soundgarden, eligible in 2001. This is their first nomination. T-Rex, first year nominated. They were eligible in 93. And finally, Thin Lizzy. That's right. You heard it right, friends. Thin Lizzy, first nomination. They were eligible in 96. So of this list, there was Pat Benatar's rock. I guess Dave Matthews Band will be considered rock. Depeche Mode, not really rock. Doobie Brothers, yes, rock. Whitney Houston, no. Judas Priest, rock. Kraftwerk, no. MC5, rock. Motorhead, rock. 9 Inch Nails, I guess they can be considered rock. That's 7. Notorious B.I.G., no. Rufus featuring Rufus, no. Todd Rundgren, rock. That's 8. Soundgarden, that's 9. T-Rex, that's 10. And Thin Lizzy, that's 11 actual rock groups are nominated this year. That is probably a first for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, let's go down the list again. And we'll say, do we think they should be nominated? Okay? Do I agree? You play along at home, friends, and I'm going to tell you if I think they should be nominated. First, let me take a sip of this fine Tecate, which I'm drinking in a Yeti knockoff that was sent to me by Adrian Boschrock on the Rock and Roll Geek forums, or Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do approve people. You just got to answer 2 questions so that I know you're not trying to influence the war in Syria. Okay. It's got a picture of me on it, and it's like burnt into this Yeti knockoff. It's actually not a Yeti knockoff. It's an actual Yeti. Let me take a sip of this fine Tecate. So Pat Benatar. Does she deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I think absolutely yes, she does. Okay. Dave Matthews Band. Do I think they deserve to be in? First year nominated? Fuck no. Depeche Mode, influential band. They weren't eligible till 2006. So a lot of groups before them that should be in. Do I think there should be in? No, I don't. I don't think Depeche Mode should be in this year. Not this year. Doobie Brothers. Yes, I think the Doobie Brothers deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's not mean I'm going to vote for them. We'll get to we'll vote for them later. Whitney Houston. You got to be fucking kidding me. Absolutely not. Judas Priest absolutely deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Kraftwerk. 6-time nominated. Very influential band. I guess they probably influenced Depeche Mode, and they influenced people like Gary Newman, and I don't know who all's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now, but they probably influenced the Cars a little bit. I'm looking out the window of my studio here. The wind is blowing. All right, I'm digressing. MC5, 5th time nominated. Do they deserve to be in? Yeah, I think so. They influenced just about every punk rock band, and they influenced a lot of hard rock bands as well. So yeah, I think they deserve to be in. That doesn't mean I'm going to vote for them, but they deserve to be in. Motorhead. And the controversy this year is the only ones they nominated out of Motorhead are, let's hear squeaking here, are Lemmy, Fast Eddie Clarke, and Filthy Animal Taylor. So Wurzel's not nominated, Phil Campbell not, and who's the drum? Mickey D. None of those guys. Just those three. Motorhead absolutely deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 9 Inch Nails. Do they deserve to be in? Maybe, but I don't think so soon. I think it's a little bit, they need to wait a little longer. Notorious B.I.G. First of all, I'm against hip-hop being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they've already, like Eddie Trunk said, they've already opened that floodgates, and they're letting hip-hop bands in and group artists in. But is it LL Cool J, one of the first hip-hop guys, and he's not in? So I think Notorious B.I.G. can wait for LL Cool J, so no. Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. No. Todd Rundgren absolutely deserves to be in as a producer and an artist. Soundgarden. Well, they let Pearl Jam in, so I guess they deserve to be in too. Do I think they should be? I don't think Pearl Jam should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you want my honest opinion, neither should Nirvana at this point, but so I'd say no, they don't deserve to be in. T-Rex. Abso-fucking-lutely, T-Rex should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Absolutely. And finally, Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy deserves to be in. Okay. The fan votes. Let's see who was leading the fan votes. Leading the fan vote. All right, coming in last of the fan votes. We'll do it from bottom to top. Just lost my place here. Yada-da. Okay, found it. Coming in last place so far of the fan voting with 20,244 votes. Now, the fan votes don't really count. It's just a way to get people to go to the Rock Hall site. So it's kind of a bogus. It's just a way to get, for us to participate, I guess, and to give them some traffic. On the bottom of the list, the MC5, they're in the bottom of the list with 20,242 votes. Let me take a sip of another fine Tecate. Coming in second to last, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. All right. With 21,765 votes. Above them, Kraftwerk with 26,568 votes. The page just reloaded. So they just got they just got 2 more votes. T-Rex. T-Rex on fourth to the bottom on the fan voting. 41,591. Barely above them, Todd Rundgren. with 47,729. Thin Lizzy, oh, wait a minute. Notorious B.I.G. above Todd Rundgren with 52,173. Above Notorious B.I.G. Thin Lizzy with 66,837 votes. All right. Motorhead above Thin Lizzy with 70,815. Above Motorhead is Nine Inch Nails. Can you believe this? Whitney Houston above Nine Inch Nails, 74,000. Dave Matthews Band above Whitney Houston with 75,000. Judas Priest. Judas Priest coming up close to the top this time with 80,280. Depeche Mode above Judas Priest with 87,000 something. In third place, Soundgarden with 96,000 something. Second place, the Doobie Brothers. That's kind of surprising. 98,966. And leading the fan votes, Pat Benatar. All right. Now, I believe only 5 of these artists can get in, right? Who do you vote for? All right, let me see if I can narrow it down. This might be difficult for me to narrow it down. First, let's go down the list again and see who I would vote for. And just imagine that you could have as many as possible, okay? I would vote for Pat Benatar. I'd vote for the Doobie Brothers. I would not vote for Soundgarden. I would not vote for Depeche Mode. I would vote for Judas Priest. That's 3. Dave Matthews Band, hell no, I would not vote for Dave Matthews Band. Whitney Houston, I would not vote for. I would not vote for Nine Inch Nails. I would vote for Motorhead. But I got to narrow this down to 5, so I'm going to just the beginning list. I would vote for Thin Lizzy. Notorious Big, no. Todd Rundgren, yes. T-Rex, absolutely, so that's 7. MC5, would I vote for MC5? Out of all those, no, I would not. So I got 7. Now I got to narrow it down to 5. Whew. Let's see. This is tough. I got to say, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame finally somewhat got it kind of right, at least with the nominations. Let's see. I probably got to vote for Pat Benatar on my 5. I gotta say, I probably got to vote for Doobie Brothers. I'm not a huge Doobie Brothers fan, although I did see them on the Taking It to the Streets tour with Bob Seger in the Silver Bullet Band opening. Bob Seger kind of blew them away, but they were still good. Judas Priest, I gotta keep in there. Ooh. Then it's down to Motorhead, Thin Lizzy, Todd Rundgren, T-Rex, and MC5. I got to vote for T-Rex. That leaves me one more. Wait a minute. What was it? I got Pat Benatar, Doobie Brothers, Judas Priest. Those are yeses. Motorhead, yes. Then it's down to, or is it, or are they yes? Because it's down between T-Rex. No, T-Rex is a yes. So it's between Todd Rundgren, Thin Lizzy, and Motorhead. How do you narrow that down? That's very difficult. Very, very fucking difficult. Todd Rundgren, Thin Lizzy, or Motorhead? Do I take Doobie Brothers off? Shit. I got to take Doobie Brothers off. I'm sorry, Doobie Brothers. You deserve to be in, but I got to take you off my list. All right, so that frees up 1. Then I'm going to put, so I got T-Rex on there. I got Judas Priest on there. I got Pat Benatar on there. And that leaves me 2 more. Okay, so it's down between Motorhead, Thin Lizzy, and Todd Rundgren. I got to say yes to Todd Rundgren. So between Motorhead and Thin Lizzy, this is very tough. I like Thin Lizzy better than Motorhead, so I'm going to vote for Thin Lizzy. Can you believe it? I did not vote Motorhead in. I should be ashamed of myself, right? Or do I take Pat Benatar off and put Motorhead in their place? No, because I think Pat Benatar kind of deserves it more. She was way more... Motorhead absolutely deserves to be in, but I think they... Listen, it's very tough. Let's see what some of the people on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group said. Jill Gerstenberger, Thin Lizzy, T-Rex, MC5. That's all she voted for. Michael Street, okay, my good friend Michael Street. He votes for Todd Rundgren, T-Rex, Thin Lizzy, Judas Priest, and Pat Benatar. So his list is exactly the same as mine. So he did not put Motorhead in there. There you go, Michael Street. It might be influencing me. D. Hemingway, T-Rex, Soundgarden, Todd Rundgren, Thin Lizzy, and MC5. Okay. John Nashed, who came up to me at a gig and handed me a 50. Said value for value. Priest, Thin Lizzy, Pat Benatar, Soundgarden, T-Rex. Really? You think Soundgarden above Motorhead and Doobie Brothers? All right. Mark Scar, Pat Benatar, Judas Priest, MC5, Motorhead, and Thin Lizzy. All right. Well, there you go. So I think I'm going to agree with Michael Street. I think I got... Oh, Dave Holt. Oh, he's putting people who are not... Some people... Because I posted on the forums that... or on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group that... Please vote for your 5. But a lot of people got confused and thought even people who are not nominated. So I was not totally clear on when I asked for that. Ben Geddes... Judas Priest, T-Rex, Motorhead, Thin Lizzy, and MC5. Okay. Chris Del Grande says, next year we should create an actual Facebook poll in this group so I can get into account for my show and visually see the top 5. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Alfie from the Chatterbox. Thin Lizzy, Motorhead, MC5, Iron Maiden. Okay, she's got people who are not on there either. Mike Mack, Big Country, Ween, James Addiction, Osric Tentacles, and the Tubes. Okay. Steve Aranzina, Thin Lizzy, Motorhead, Kraftwerk, T-Rex, and Priest. Paula Campbell, Todd Rundgren, MC5. A lot of people like MC5. Judas Priest, Motorhead, and T-Rex. All right, I'm going... All right, one more. Paul Beatty says, Pat Benatar, Judas Priest, Thin Lizzy, Soundgarden, and Nine Inch Nails. A lot of other people chimed in as well. All right, so who am I going to put in again? All right, so I'm going with T-Rex, Thin Lizzy, Judas Priest, Pat Benatar, and Todd Rundgren. Those 5. Is that right? T-Rex, Todd Rundgren, Thin Lizzy, Judas Priest, and Pat Benatar. There you go. That's my 5. Now, who do we think will actually get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I need to think about this. First, I need to take a sip of fine Tecate here. All right, let's think about this. All right, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a TV show, first of all. So I think when the big wigs or the suits at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame get together, they first and foremost want ratings on HBO because they want to keep. I think HBO probably is a big part of the funding of this thing. So they want to stay with the ratings. So think about that with ratings. Who's going to get them the most ratings? Well, first of all, you got a lot of dead people in this thing. Usually, if my memory serves me right, which it could be wrong, they only induct one dead artist in there. So you got Well, Soundgarden's got a dead guy, but there's still some living guys in there. Thin Lizzy, the main guy's dead, but there are some living guys. There's a few. Brian Robertson in there. Now I'm not sure who of Thin Lizzy is nominated. Pardon me, I'm bourbon is fine Tecate. Who of Thin Lizzy is actually? Who are they voting in? I'm guessing the original was Brian Robertson. I don't know. How do you find out? I don't know. So you got T-Rex. Mark Bolan is T-Rex. He's dead. So that's one dead guy. Whitney Houston's dead. Notorious B.I.G. is dead. So that's 3 dead artists. Is Chaka Khan still alive? I think she is. All right, so you got 3 dead artists. So if you got to figure which one dead artist are they going to put in there? They only have one black artist, if you're not counting Phil Lynott. Notorious B.I.G. If you don't put a black artist in, there could be cries of racism. It's one thing to think about. And if you think about they're only going to let one dead artist in, I'm thinking they're going to put Notorious B.I.G. in. I think they are. Do I agree with it? Absolutely fucking not. Who got in last year? Let's see who got in last year. Let me see. Let me Google this. 2019 Rock Hall inductees. Because I did not watch it last year. Let's see what comes up on the old on the Bing. Let's see who got. Oh boy, there was a debate over gender bias last year. Okay, the inductees were Radiohead, Janet Jackson. I can't believe Janet Jackson, Stevie Nicks, Def Leppard, The Cure, Roxy Music, and the Zombies. There were no dead people nominated or inducted. Okay, well that kills my theory. There was also no hip hop, but there was a black artist, Janet Jackson. All right, so let's go. So there got to be one black artist in there. And Whitney Houston's way up there on the list. All right, I think Notorious B.I.G. is not going to be in. I think they're going to give it to Whitney Houston. All right, so that's one I think is going to be in there. Let's see. Explore the nominees. Let's get back to the nominees here. Will they put Pat Benatar in? Will they put Dave Matthews Band in? Depeche Mode's been nominated 3 times. Kraftwerk's been nominated 6 times. So I'm going to guess they're going to put Kraftwerk in. Sometimes they'll give first ballot nominations or inductions to somebody too, and I think that's going to be Soundgarden. As much as I don't want it to be. Todd Rundgren kind of trashed the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so they might not put him in. Yeah, they nominated a bunch of rock artists, and I think they're going to put a bunch of fucking crap in here. So I think they're going to put Whitney Houston in. I think they're going to put Soundgarden in. I kind of think they're going to give it to Motorhead this year. I kind of think Motorhead is going to get in. I'm getting Facebook messages on Facebook. That's 3. I think Soundgarden's going to get in. All right, so we got Soundgarden, we got Whitney Houston, we got Motorhead, we got Kraftwerk going in. So one more. Think T-Rex will be in first year? No, I don't think they're going to put 2 dead artists because they got to think about the TV ratings. You think Kraftwerk's going to get TV ratings? No, I don't. Soundgarden probably will. They'll probably do a big tribute to Chris Cornell. So that's a kind of a given. Let me close out the Facebook here. Close out the Facebook. These notifications are killing me. So Soundgarden they're going to put in because they'll big TV tribute, an all-star tribute to Soundgarden. They'll probably bring up some Seattle guys and probably bring people from Heart up. So I think Soundgarden's going to get in. I think Whitney Houston is going to get in for the black vote and a woman. So you'll kill two birds with one stone. Pardon the dead pun. Oh, that God, Dave's good. Dave Matthews Band. I think they're going to put Pat Benatar in because last year they got accused of gender bias. So they'll put two women in, Pat Benatar. And she'll, that'll be good for the TV. Judas Priest, Motorhead, they could do an all-star tribute to Motorhead. Bring up some of the guys from the Guns N' Roses. So I think it's going to be Motorhead, Whitney Houston, Soundgarden. And Todd Rundgren trashed him, so they might blow him off again. And T-Rex has got dead guys. So that's probably a no. So we got Pat Benatar, yes. Whitney Houston, yes. Motorhead, yes. Soundgarden, yes. And one more, I think it will be... I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to give it to the MC5. There you go. That's my 5. That's who I think is going to get in. Is there anything we missed? I'm voting in Thin Lizzy, T-Rex, Todd Rundgren, Pat Benatar, and Judas Priest. I'm foregoing Motorhead since they're dead, since there's all three of those guys are dead. Filthy Animal Taylor, Phil Campbell, Fast Eddie and Lemmy. So they can probably put them in at a later date. So there you go. I think that's it. Tough list, tough one this time. Last time we had, I didn't think it was nobody. It was who cared, who gives a shit. But this year, you kind of hope they're going to put some rock acts. But the ones I said are going to get in, only Pat Benatar, Motorhead, and Soundgarden are the only rock acts that'll be in. Yeah, they'll fuck it up. That's probably about right. So there you go, friends. Do you agree with me, disagree? rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. With the subject line, Butler, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Get out of podcasting if you disagree with me. If you agree with me, put in the subject line, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Butler, you and Michael Street have called it once again. You two are the geniuses of rock. Fuck Eddie Trunk. Oh, okay. No, you put that in the subject line. All right. Short episode today. I'm getting up at 3 a.m. because Brian and I are flying to Pasco, Washington to see my daughter, to visit my daughter for the weekend. So I'm not going up to the mountain house. Spend some time with my daughter. It's kind of tough because I'm broke, but it'll still be nice to see my daughter. Speaking of broke, please keep the donations coming, friends, because without your donations, this show will die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled, several members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame death. Donations have been a little bit, please keep them coming is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go out and threaten to quit like I did on the Mad at Dad, but I need your donations now more than ever, friends. All right. Good list again. Once again, the list is Pat Benatar, Dave Matthews, Depeche Mode, Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, Judas Priest, Kraftwerk, MC5, Motorhead, Nine Inch Nails, Notorious Big, Rufus featuring Chaka Khan, Todd Rundgren, Soundgarden, T-Rex, and Thin Lizzy. Who I think they're going to put in, Pat Benatar, Whitney Houston, MC5, Motorhead, and Soundgarden. Who do I want to be in? Well, don't get me wrong. I would not be upset if Motorhead got in. But I'm going to vote for Pat Benatar. Actually, I'm not going to go on the site and vote. I don't participate in these fan votes. because they don't really count. I mean, the fan votes count to like 1,000th of a vote or something. I'm voting for Pat Benatar, Judas Priest, Todd Rundgren, T-Rex, and Thin Lizzy. All right? Let me know who you would vote for. Get on the Facebook group. Ask to join, answer 2 simple questions. Here's the 2 questions, friends. They're simple questions. Who's the host of the Rock and Roll Geek Show, and what's your favorite album? If you can't answer those 2 questions, you got to be a Russian hacker, friends. All right. Thank you for listening. You can find this show at rockandrollgeek.com. I'm getting on a plane. The plane leaves at 6:15 a.m., so I got to be at the airport like 5:15. I'm going to close out with a brand new song from... I thought I had it in the playlist here. Let's play something from brand new Andy McCoy from Hanoi Rocks. He's got an album called 21st Century Rocks. This song is called Undertow. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Have a great weekend. Remember, always look on the bright side of life because life is great. Life. Okay, let me start that again. See, you try to lock it out, as they say in the biz, with a tagline. All right, let's try it again. Remember, friends. Well, first, let me take a sip of beer, of fine Tecate. Oh, speaking of donations, thank you, Richard Fusey, friend of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. He just sent a random donation for $20. So thank you, Richard Fusey. Please, everybody, do like Richard Fusey did. Donate. We need it now more than ever. Rock and roll needs it now more than ever. All right. Remember, friends, life is great. Always look on the bright side of life. Here's Andy McCoy. I will talk to you soon.
Like damaged goods? Did you do things nobody should? Did you fall without a wire? Hell, it didn't hurt, your time's not expired. Did you ever feel like a slave? Work every day, never see no pay. Taxes and bills, a poor solution creates an undertow that leads to revolution. I ain't gonna wait a second. I'm not gonna waste no time. I'm coming back to take what's mine, mine, mine. Hey, 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 watch me float away, 'cause I am a part, become a part of the undertow. It's all the same. Whatever happens, you remain the same. And they'll keep on treating you like damaged goods. They keep rolling round when no one should. Well, welcome, join the club. Every day there's more of us. While it transforming us blind, it'll bring revolution with the tide. I ain't gonna waste a second. I'm not gonna waste no time. I'm coming back to take what's mine, mine, mine.
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.